Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cheryl Peterson. My work is called the Heart Center, Holistic Education and Relationship Training. I have been working with humanity since my mid-20s, first through a system of color and sound, also being a psychiatric nurse, and many other trainings and experiences. And we are at a very changing time. A very time of many opportunities. We're calling it the Aquarian Age. This time has been talked about for eons, and we have been in transition majorly since 2020 when COVID started. So much has been dismantled, and including myself. About a year and a half ago, I ended the work as I had known it. I took a sabbatical of sorts, not really knowing what was to come, but was so needed. It's like the old was not fitting. I was feeling burnt out, irritable, sad. I had no clue. And I've been really shifting, transforming, and awakening in a new way since that time. And at this time, I'm coming forward to share again, to teach, and hopefully to inspire. Earth is a sacred planet, and our experience here is sacred, even though many are like, why am I here? I want to get out of here. This is my last time here. But it is truly a process of soul awakening and creating self-conscious awareness. There are many different levels of consciousness on the planet, including the plant, animal, mineral, human kingdoms, and all have a consciousness, different levels, different awarenesses, but all are very sacred and beautiful. So I feel inspired to awaken others to the beauty of this process, to the beauty of Earth. Nature has always been key in my life. I grew up on a farm in Illinois on a river, very beautiful sacred land, some of the richest soil on the planet. And I grew up surrounded by nature. And it has been key to my heart and soul since that time, since I was a child. And I feel, especially in these times, it is time for us to get back to the earth, to participate with the earth, to do our own awakening and processing, and to really support Earth. We have been unconscious, taken advantage of the Earth and its beauty, and not really had gratitude. Now, this is not everyone, certainly. Many of us have had that inspiration, gratitude. But it is especially important now, for the earth is transforming and going through her evolutionary process, as are all the kingdoms on earth. And it is time that we touch back into its sacredness. And as we do, through our senses, we get in touch with our own soul, the higher heart. This is a time of the heart coming forward. It is the time of leaving so much mental behind and awakening the inspiration, the intuition of the soul within each of us. Each of us is connected with a beautiful soul light and a group of souls that we share energy with, that our gifts come from. And as we incarnate on planet Earth, we are given certain gifts that we already have, and those unfold throughout our life. But we are also given certain lessons, certain opportunities to grow and to become more lighted. That is where this process on the planet of resistance to harmony is so key and so crucial. Not easy, though. It takes courage, especially during these times, at the ending of a major period on planet Earth, the Piscean age, and moving into the Aquarian age. And it is crucial that we care for ourselves, that we listen to ourselves. I was taught many years ago that during this time, there will be many different realities, and there are. The key is to finding and staying in your reality. There is so much coming at us these days through social media, through the news. Everything is very heightened right now, very politicized. And to me, that is part of this transformation. We are ending a time of duality, and this has to do with the male and female energies, moving more into androgyny, not getting rid of one or the other, or one overpowering the other. That's been done already, still going on. And as I look at the atmosphere out there and the political arenas here in the United States and around the planet, the old male and old female are battling it out, and both feel very self-righteous and entitled. And it's getting beyond that personality and into and looking underneath what that is and seeing what the beauty is that's emerging in the polarization and in the war that's going on, not just physically, but energetically, and the blame and the projection. And people need to go and mind their own business and look at their own energy patterns, I feel. I feel like that's the only thing that works, is minding yours, staying in your reality. We're inundated with the news, and I don't know if many of you have heard, but it's often called limbic system hijacking. We're so inundated, and we don't know what our own truth is. And then we've been raised in certain culture and certain way that this is the right way. It is now time to start living from the inside out, finding your own truth and listening. That is so key, especially for those of you who are tuning in, because you are more conscious if you've arrived here. If you're listening to me, you're more aware. You have a place with everyone does, and everyone is sacred. But those who are more conscious at this time are the pioneers of creating the new. So you are crucial and you are needed during this time. We all are right now. It is time that we mind our business and listen to our own souls and listen to what our journey needs to be about. It is easy to get entangled and judged and blame, and there's so much of that happening right now. And my hope is to inspire you to move beyond that and see beyond that. I had a son for almost 20 years who is a very aware soul, but in a very challenged physical form. He could not walk, talk, sit, feed himself, nothing. And he taught me and heightened my intuition, which was already strong, but he taught me to listen beyond the words and to see beyond the words and to look into people's eyes and to see what their journey is and what their roles are. Not if they are right or wrong or good or bad, but what are they going through? And then it helps to mind your own business, because as you have compassion for yourself and understanding, then you can have compassion for others. But when you find yourself really judging, it's a reflection of your own self. It's either where you need to grow or where you're at an extreme yourself. So life is full of reflections. So on my YouTube's channel that I am creating, I want to teach you, to guide you, to share my insights with you, to listen to my soul, and to share with you what information is needed at this time. So this time, as I have said, we are changing and we are growing rapidly. It is keeping up with that is key. And the key to that is being present in the moment, not the future, not the past, but in the now. A concept I've learned about 20, 30, 40 years. But believe me, I'm having to practice it deeper now more than ever. Because if I get off track, the sadness comes, the anger comes, or the fear of the future comes. Will I have enough? Will we, our bank system, will we be okay? Will everyone be fed? Well, let me tell you my perspective. The universe is providing for all of us. And I see that in this tumultuous time in my own life. When I get into fear, what I attract. And when I go with the flow, even though I may not be fearless, but I'm courageous to go with the flow, I have exactly what I need. The universe is not going away. Our souls are not going away. We are not going to starve. As a matter of fact, when I was doing channeling a few years ago during the COVID time, from the hierarchy, the message that was given during this new time, there will be plenitude for all. But we have to stay in that attitude in order to attract it. We have to stay in that sense of true deep faith and knowing. Look up at the universe, touch the soil, look at the beauty that is all around us. My new website is dedicated to reminding you of that beauty, both within yourself and within the planet and all the elements, all the kingdoms. Looking beyond the fear, the doubt, the worry, the battles, the challenges, the blaming, the judgment, and getting back to what our true journey is, because so many lighted children are being born right now, and they are here for this time. We are here for this time. I'm probably older than most of you, and I've been on this journey since I was 25. And I, from this small town farm girl who became a nurse, and then when I was 25, woke up to these systems. I started with this Alice Bailey, Blavatsky, the theosophy work, all of those esoteric teachings that were brought forward from many other times around the turn of the century. When I was in Chicago, there were two bookstores at the time, the Theosophical Society in Wheaton and the Aquarian Age bookstore in downtown Chicago. Now it's everywhere. It's all bursting. Awarenesses are out there. So many things to choose from. But what I would like to do is take it to that next step and teach you to listen to your own heart and soul. Not just this system or that, but to find your true calling. All these systems are beautiful. They have served me well over time and continue to, but in a very different way. I have to have the courage to listen to myself. I have to have the courage to be kind to myself. I have to have the courage to do something new and different. Because believe me, during these difficult times and everything's polarized, so many people have such strong opinions on what's right or what's wrong, not the perspective of soul. And so my YouTube channel is being called Through the Lens of the Soul. And that's what I hope to inspire you with, support you with, and guide you with. Some of the insights I have gained over time and some of the new information that I am gathering. I will include nature as part of this. And my nature around me in Arizona, where we have a labyrinth and we have an area we call the wash. We have ironwood trees, we have saguaros, we have all kinds of cactus. And sometimes people come to the desert and they don't really look. The beauty of the desert is subtle. And suddenly, after a beautiful rain, it just pops and it's alive. Or you'll see some pictures that I've taken from my yard, or my new business card has these beautiful flowers that bloom from cactus, and they bloom and they're there for a day and they're just exquisite. So in wherever you are, start looking at the beauty of nature. Get your feet on the ground. Start slowing down and be in stillness. Which is key for these adjustments and these alignments that we are going through. Stillness is key, but the quiet of nature is so important. I'm sure I'm like many of you, running too fast, doing too much. I was in our wash probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was talking to the trees and the land because we're developing that for people to come. Earth, Sky, Heart is what I'm calling that work, where people come and spend time in silence and touch the earth and really listen to themselves, first the earth and then themselves, awaken their senses. So I was out there standing by our biggest tree, which here is small compared to other places on the planet, but I was talking and I was asking what message it had for me, what message that land had for me. And this big, loud voice said, listen. And suddenly we have what's called dirt devils, these little spiraling dirt devils that are little tornadoes. And suddenly that just rushed up and rushed all over me. And I'm like, oh. So my message throughout my life has been slow down. My soul spirals very fast, moves very quick, but I have to be in the moment. So I am learning that. And as I learn, I will share with you. And listening is so key, being true to ourselves. Another concept that I feel is so key and important is authenticity. Dr. Zach Bush just recently inspired me with that. They have done some studies to test when people are in a loving mode, when they are in an angry mode. It did not matter. What mattered most was authenticity. The strength is the largest when we're authentic. That doesn't discount love by any means. It's a very strong, needed force. But so is willpower. So is an ability to evaluate. So are all the vibrational frequencies on the planet. All are important. Male, female, all of it is important. Nothing is more important or least important. All has value and sacredness. So the key is for you to be authentic. And if you're like me, you've gotten so into habits, you don't even know your true self on parts of your life. So reining it in, being in stillness, and being true to yourself. Many of us recently have lost relationships that no longer fit for us, have lost a way of living or being. It's all being unstructured. All those habits that we've gotten, all the places where I've gotten my comfort in the past, they've dissipated. My reassurance, forcing me to go from the inside out, clearing out all of those old attachments, not devaluing them, just clearing them. So the time is now. I welcome you to participate with me. I welcome you to share with friends who you feel might vibrationally resonate with this. And I am here to inspire you, to honor you, and to be with you. I thank you for listening.